Oh, the gate's open. So if the gate wasn't there, you'd be able to get through without any problems. But if the gate were locked, Paul, if you could close the gate, and we'll see how Vanessa struggles then. Push the bolt across. Can't even reach the lock. Okay, so it fully blocks you coming through this way. Okay.
There we go.
You can't get through that one. That gate's going to swing. There we go.
Okay.
And then do you want to come? Now, if I try and go through with my Dutch bike here, bars touch. The bars are touching at either side, so I have to wiggle the bars sideways, inch forward, and then wiggle back again. Okay. So if that gate was, and you can't get through either, Paul. No, and you've got straight mountain bike bars.
Yeah. Oh wow.
So if that gate wasn't there,
It'd be fantastic.
you'd be able to get through. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Just get a video of this.
Matthew's a picture of it, I think.
So this is the entrance out onto Cockerton Green. There's a drop curb off the cycleway where there's no parking control in the area, and it's often inaccessible because of parked vehicles. So double yellows need to go in here as a minimum, and maybe even a keep clear mark. And that would, you'd be able to affix a plate on this sign here saying no parking restriction. I presume it's a wayfinder sign at one point.
Bike through.
A bit of.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
No. If I try to get round that bar, the front basket catches on the post there. I end up having to lift it across or get off and lean it, and then it hits that. Okay. So this is a two-way cycle lane, and the width only just accommodates one trike. The surface is uneven due to tree roots, and we have to give way at every side road. I'll let you go ahead. The surface is gravelly. There's lots of loose material being kicked up off the road despite there being a full height curb. You can see at the seam of this that there is quite a bit of grass overgrowth, and there's another inaccessible gate there for people, so that's just going along Auckland Road as we are at the moment. So quite a lot of grass overgrowth making it even wider, and here's tree roots again making it a very bouncy experience. And look at the narrowing here with the tree epichromic growth. Okay, so another cycle lane, which should be accessible to anyone on a design cycle. And no way that's going to fit. And that's locked. So it's probably wide enough for a normal bike to go through, but a design cycle, which we should be designing to, doesn't fit. This is our second attempt to get onto the black path. And we've got another kissing gate. So the previous one wasn't on a radar key. Well, let's see if this one is, because
It looks like it is.
to be honest, I wouldn't get through there on a normal bike.
Oh!
It's also closing. So it's got a hinge down here which forces it into that position.
It's open, but you're stuck with it. I couldn't get it open. You
So-
won't open the other way because of the... So I would have been able to push it if it opened the other way.
Right, but it doesn't open
But
the other
it
way.
doesn't. Because of, yeah.
So without the gate on, that doesn't obstruct, but with the gate on as it is at the moment, again inaccessible. How's the overgrowth down here?
I have no idea. Further on.
We'll see, shall we? Welcome back, Bruzo. So this is a shared use bike cycle lane, 2 direction, but its effective width is probably 1.2 metres. And running parallel on the other side is the path that we couldn't get onto because it was totally inaccessible. So this is the route we're taking to get to North Park via Wesso Road. Interestingly, there were no direction signage visible at that junction, so you had a crossroads, and if you weren't familiar with the route you wouldn't know which way you were heading or which way to go. So route finding, which is important for people who are starting out cycling, was missing in that place. So if you met someone coming the other way, you'd struggle to pass safely in much of that previous bit. Again, the surface is very bouncy, being caused by tree roots lifting the surface, and also a lot of detritus on the track. Here we are, another tree root coming up. And if you're riding for pleasure, that's not very pleasurable. If you have a spine condition that causes pain when you're jolted, this again would exclude people from using this path. Yeah, bramble at Vanessa's eye height, and then bramble at my head height. We've got another gate ahead. Let's see what that one's like. Okay, so again, this is where they've done the right thing. It's totally accessible, no impediment to Vanessa coming through. And now
you've got ladders, which is why we normally go down the other side, but we can't get out the other end of the other side.
yeah, so ladder tactiles, or corduroy as it's sometimes called, that would indicate no cycling beyond that point. But obviously Vanessa can't cycle on the other bit, so we've chosen to come this way. Okay, should we head on off to Wesso Road? So here we have the white line segregating foot traffic from cycle traffic, and we do have some signage here at this one. Now the foliage has been cut back here. I did report it at the start of the season, and it hasn't fully grown back, which is good. And again, another gate feature where they've done the right thing. They haven't removed the centre post, but they have removed the kissing gate. So again, that looks to be the similar design to the one that we found troublesome before, where it automatically rests in the closed position. But here we are. So we're now out heading towards Wesso Road. Okay, so this is Brinkburn Nature Reserve. We've got the pond just through the trees there, and we're seeing this monstrosity here.
I can't reach the catch.
So there's a
And
kissing
even
gate.
if I could reach the catch with the kissing gate, its latch won't actually let it open. We've not got a radar key to open it.
So if we open the gate now, still completely inaccessible. Okay. But if the gate wasn't here, it would be accessible. And this bit here, again, a normal bike can't get through.
You can't open this gate.
And this
There's
gate.
a big padlock.
So, Brinkburn Nature Reserve, inaccessible if you're on a bike. Okay, so we've had to lift Vanessa's trike over the gate, but now we're going to head down to Brinkburn Road and towards the Dean's area of town. So let's see how this works out now. So we're on a track which leads to a cycleway. There's no signs, but you'd assume it must be a cycle path. Oh, but there's no drop curb. So we're going to have to carry on the pavement. Well, that's not very good, is it? I mean, I can see the cycle path ahead. So if we keep on going, yep, keep going, Vanessa. So there's a cycle path ahead, but how do we get to it? Because there's no drop curb to get off. I guess we have to keep on going and hope we can find a drop curb somewhere. There's a drop curb.
But there's no curb on the other side to get back up.
So
And it's really awkward to turn on, like turning circle wise. We've got to get back where the dog is.
okay, so that's it. So we're going to have to go all the way. We've come all the way along here to find a drop curb. Then we've had to come back along the road here to find someone with sufficient turning circle. Oh. And now we're back on the pavement again because there's no provision for cycling. And here we have another inaccessible route through.
It's not maintained. Even if you're trying to get a wheelchair through there, they're going to get stung.
So, radar key. But again, Vanessa can't reach the radar key, so she's being excluded here. I have to give you my phone because
And then radar keys are really stiff, the locks are really stiff.
are these actually maintained?
I don't know. But if you can't do it, what chance has anybody else got of doing it?
No, I can't get that. That's not turning at all. So radar key, which is there for accessibility, doesn't work.
You your point about that mess is really important as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you were coming through here on a wheelchair, you'd be in the brambles and the nettles here. So again, might be accessible, but it's really
It's not.
unkind on people.
You just wouldn't do it.
No, you wouldn't do it, would you? And then again, we're looking down here at the overgrowth on the path, so this hasn't been maintained either.